the next steps, including how to manage your flower. Now, guys, I know how we are as individuals. I'm the same way. I can open up something that has instructions and I go, I can figure it out. I'll put it together. Listen, when I tell you this to save you some stress and some drama, when you get your welcome email, read it. Read the welcome email. Go to the orientation videos. Go check out the information that is there. I promise you, it will help you. It will help you. Do not disregard the welcome email. Check it out and read it, okay? And then once you sow your actual seed and you join the share group, because sowing your seed is how you join. You don't join and then decide if you're going to sow your seed. Sowing your seed is how you join. So once you actually join, you will get another email that will give you access to the Telegram group, orientation videos, all of the pertinent information that you need in regards to this share group, our charting system, our Telegram group, which will allow you to chat with like-minded individuals, the orientation video. There's videos that show you how to click on your chart and build your flower and everything. All of the information is there. So I'll summarize everything here, that the progression of our share group, okay? So Sundays are the only days that you can join our share group. You join on a Sunday. So when you're gifting and you're joining on that Sunday, on the other end of that gift, someone is receiving their harvest. They are in their week 4. So we ask that you join our share group at least by 12 p.m. We ask that you are sowing your seed by 12 p.m. And that way we know like the flowers are being fulfilled. People are getting their harvest. People are joining the co-op, and it is happening at a specific time. So no one is waiting till the middle of the night on Sunday and things like that, because there could be something that happens. We just want to know as early as possible. And the individual wants to know as early as possible that they are receiving their harvest. The following week, you will invite your 2 fires to join the share group. You will move to air. Week 3, the 2 people you invited will invite their 2 fires each, and you will move to earth. And then week 4, you are now water. Those 4 fires will invite their 2 fires each, and those 8 people joining will sow their seed gift directly to you. Again, no middleman, no banker, no holder of funds, no one between the person gifting you and your harvest. No one in the middle. That seed gift comes directly to you. Congratulations, you have now reaped your harvest. Week 5, it is time to resow. You take $500 out of the $4,000 harvest you just received. You resow your $500 seed gift to the same water you initially did, and you sit back and you wait another 21 days to receive your harvest. And then you just do it all over again, guys. It is that simple. It is that simple. All right. So I'm going to now open it up for some questions and answers. Next to your name, if you're on a computer or if you have your phone, when you look in the participants area, if you click on that, it'll give you an option to raise your hand. It'll put a blue hand up next to your name. I'll see that. I will unmute you, and then you ask your question. Again, we've been on here for a little bit of time, so we definitely want to keep the questions as quick as possible, and I will try to make my answer as detailed as possible so that you can feel comfortable with your answer. All right, so we're going to start here. I'm going to go with the first person I see. It's Solomon. Solomon, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Hey, thank you so much for taking time to share this information with us. My question is, considering that each flower has a fire position that requires them getting 2 people of like-minded, how is it infinite wealth when it requires you keep on filling those fire positions?
Well, I would say this. It is a blessing. This program is a blessing. And if everyone does what they're supposed to do from that standpoint of inviting like-minded individuals, they will see the vision and they will continue to keep it going infinitely. But again, as you have pointed out, if you are rushing to just allow anyone to join who does not have the mindset of inviting to and growing the co-op by two, then yes, there is an opportunity that your flower can stall. Now, what I will say is this: it is not an all or nothing in this co-op. It is not you need all 8 people in week 4 in order to be gifted. It is not that at all. You can literally join our co-op, invite your 2. Your 2 are now required to invite their 2 the following week. Let's say that they do that. So in week 3, now you have 4 individuals. Let's say 3 out of the 4 invite 2 each for week 4, and 1 person doesn't. Well, in week 4, you will still receive a gift harvest of $3,000. It won't be the whole 4,000 because 1 failed to invite 2, and the co-op didn't have an extra 2, or someone didn't have an extra to give, but you will still receive that gift of $3,000. And then once that person does fill those 2 spots, you will also get those 2 seed gifts of $500 each, which will then give you a $4,000 harvest. And if all that does happen before the re-gift period takes place, then when that re-gift period takes place, you will get your whole 4,000. It's not an all or nothing. We just ask that you invite like-minded individuals, and that way everyone has the same mission, the same goal in mind, and that is, I'm going to sow my seed, I'm going to invite my 2, and that is what's going to allow the progress to continue to move forward quickly and efficiently and very smoothly. All right?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's contingent upon filling those fire positions if you want to get the full harvest of it.
Correct.
But ensuring that like everybody eats and everybody that's a part of my flower eats, they too will then become their own flower, which will then have its own share of fire contributors that need to be filled. Correct?
Correct. You are absolutely correct.
Got it. And so my question, well, it's the same question as far as infinite possibilities. If there's a finite number of people, how can it be infinite possibilities?
Well, I mean, if you're sticking to that word of infinite and finite, I mean, I could say, well, there's 7 billion people in this world, and we hope to get all 7 billion involved in this co-op. And then I don't think any of us will still be around to explore that finite ending. So, what we are doing is, if the people joining our co-op have the correct mindset and see the vision, it should go on for a very long time.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're going to go to next is Aaron W. Aaron, let me see if I can unmute Aaron. Aaron, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you've already answered one of my questions with the previous gentleman that asked, but I did have another question. You brought up something that was very intriguing. So if I'm building my flower, right, to try to get to this 4-week period, in the event that I'm heir, that I'm becoming heir, and I have 5 people now that want to join, right? How would I place those people if I heard you say, hey, the second week you bring in 2, you're fire, you bring in your 2 people. The next week after that, you're heir, you want to bring, or they bring in their 2 people. But if I have some people that want to join directly, and hope this makes sense, you mentioned blessing someone else, right?
Yeah, correct.
You mentioned blessing someone else, which is, I understand that, but how do I in turn ensure that I then am able to still build my fire? Build my flower.
No, great question. Great question. So you're saying, all right, I'm joining. Then the following week, instead of 2, I have 5. So what can I do? Okay. Now, when I say you can be a blessing and maybe someone else in the co-op needs some additional people and those 3 go to them, that can happen. Or what also can happen, and I have seen it happen since my time being in the co-op. So now it would be, okay, Aaron, you already joined. Instead of bringing 2, you have 5 ready to join. Of course, you want that to work to your advantage. So what you could do is reach out to the co-op. Hey, is there anyone that had an open spot from last week? Anyone that had an open spot from last week that they didn't get their fire? And they say, yes, we have an open spot from last week. Then you can really get that spot. It's kind of retroactive because it's a previous week spot. You could step into that spot, sow your seed gift to that fire who was short, and then you can bring 2 more friends that same weekend. So it does happen like that because sometimes, somewhere, someone is short of fire. Someone didn't bring 2. Someone maybe brought 1. Somebody maybe brought none. So there is an opportunity. You reach out to the co-op. I'll tell you right now, firsthand, that happened for me in 2 of my flowers. I was able to go back retro a week and take that spot because the person was short. So those are possibilities as well. Okay. So I know what you're saying. You want it to work to your advantage. Hey, I got 5 friends that want to join, and then now you've started your second flower. You have 2 flowers going. You still had 1 person available, and then maybe that 1 person becomes a blessing to someone else in the co-op, which has happened, where people just have an extra person. Because where you go, after you have your 2, you could bring 10 people to the co-op. If you're not starting another flower, those 10 are just going to be a blessing to someone, and it's going to be a blessing for them because they're going to get to join and they're going to get to start building their flower immediately. So It's not that mindset of everyone has to come under me. It's not that at all. All you need is 2. After 2, if you're not doing another flower, everyone else can just be a blessing. And I guarantee you, because I've watched it happen, as you bless others in this co-op with the extras, quote unquote, that you're not needing, you will watch and see how it multiplies for you in return, with even more people coming and you getting more flowers, because I'm a witness to that, where I started from weight 1 and I'm at 8. Okay.
Okay. And if you would, one more. I just have one more. Thank you for answering that detail.
Oh, no problem.
The last one is just you said $15,000, and I know you're not. I hear you clearly, and I heard the young lady before. You're not a CPA, so I get that, right? But you did say $15,000 per person.
Right. So here's a perfect example. In a year's time, if you have 1 flower, in a year's time, that flower every 4 weeks will gift you your net $3,500, right? That equates to $45,500 in 1 year.
Exactly, yeah.
But if you have 8 different individuals gifting you, each individual will only gift you $6,500 each. And that equates to that $45,500. So you won't hit that tax exclusion. Now, if you have the same person, if you do multiple flowers and you're going back in with this same person multiple times, once you get over 2 times of that person gifting you, then yes, you can actually reach that exclusion of $15,000 and go over a little bit. And then that's what you would actually report to your accountant or your CPA or whoever your tax person is. Hey, and this is also something that I didn't touch upon. We have a gift letter. So everything here is above board. I want people to hear me. We have a gift letter, and the person that gifts you will sign, date, put the amount on there on that gift letter as what they gifted you. They will sign it, date it digitally, and email it to you, and you can sign it and date it, and you save that. And that is your records. That is actual proof of funds, where this funding is coming from. If you are using these blessings for anything, you have those gift letters.
No. That's well said. Well said. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Thank you. All right. All right. CW. Let's see if I can unmute CW. CW, see if you can unmute yourself, because I can't seem to unmute you. Oh, there we go. All right, your mic is open. CW, are you there?
Yes, Mr. Jackson, I'm here. How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
All right, it is Mr. Jackson, correct?
It is, sir.
All right, Mr. Jackson, I have a four-part question, actually a four-part affirmation, if you could help me here, please.
Okay.
All right, how many people are needed to complete one flower? That's 14, correct?
Yes, plus you, it would be 15, correct.
15, okay. Mr. Jackson, upon completion of one flower, there's a cycle of continuous gifting, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, if it takes 14, or you're just saying, I have 14 on my paper, but say if it takes 14, you said 15, to complete a flower of continuous gifting, and with gifting of 14 people, you can add the other 500 for 15. At 500 each, I added that up to be 7,000. Is that correct?
For the 14 people, that is $7,000, correct.
Now, once our first person water is gifted his $4,000 or her $4,000 out of the $7,000, now everyone's already given me their money or put their seed in, and the water sows a seed of 500 back. There's only 3,500 left. Where does the others get their gift of 4,000?
Okay, great question. Okay, this is a question that always comes up, because you are assuming that your flower that you are building is funding the gifting. And that is not what is happening. Because as you join, like you said, all the money has been collected. No, it hasn't. What happens is this: each time a person is joining the co-op, they are sowing their seed gift to a specific water. Now, just because you don't see what's going on, what's happening is when you join, you are one of someone's 8. Now, you might not know those other 7 people that are gifting that 8, but you're one of them. So your seed is going directly to the individual it's supposed to go to. Now, when you invite your 2, their seed gift doesn't go to you, doesn't go to your flower. It goes to the water that is next in line for that particular flower, whomever that water is. So those 2 are now 2 of someone's 8. And then when they invite their 2, week 3, those 4 that come in, that doesn't go to your flower. Those 4 sow a seed to a water somewhere else. They are 4 of someone's 8. Now, week 4, because now your flower has blossomed, those 8 individuals that are now joining your flower, they are gifting you. And that is what is happening simultaneously throughout the co-op. So your one flower is not funding itself. Each individual that's coming in is sowing a seed to a specific water, and that is what allows the process to continue to move forward. And those 8 that come in, they gift you. So the following week, when those 8, even though you've been gifted, the following week, those 8 are still bringing 2 each. When they bring those 2 each, that's 16 people, they're going to gift the 2 people you just brought in. 8 will go to that specific person, and 8 will go to the second person. And it just continues to happen. It continues to happen. And that's why we say we like you to grow the co-op by 2 people, because allowing those 2 people to continue to join is what keeps the process going. So I get where you were coming from, but your math was correct. It was just being applied incorrectly to how this works. Did that answer it for you?
I I heard you, but I heard you, but I was just thinking. We were talking about like-minded people, and 14 people, or you said 15, completed a flower. So if we had all of them in the same building at the time, and they wanted to do this, I didn't know there was other people that would be contributing to the flower.
Well, no, they're not contributing to your flower. You are building your flower. You are in total control of every single person who comes in. What I'm saying is their seed gift does not go to you. The only time the seed goes directly to you is in week 4 and the 8 that are joining. Other than that, the 2 that join in week 2, the 4 that join in week 3, their seed are going to specific waters, which you will be able to, I guarantee you 100%, if you join this share group, as you start to build out your flower, you will be able to see it goes in a sequence. You go from fire to air to earth to water. As you start to build out your chart and you place your names on your flower, you will say, okay, I'm CW, I'm watered this week 4. But then the 2 you brought in could have been Donnie and Shannon. And then you'll see week 5, Donnie is going to be water and Shannon's going to be water. And then in week 6, you'll see the 2 that each of them invited. It'll be 4 waters coming off your flower. And then the week after that, there'll be 8 waters coming off your flower. So you will see it. You will see it specifically. All 15 cannot join at once. It has to be staggered each week. That's why it is done that way. I know it sounds, but believe you me, if you join our share group or you thinking about joining our share group, you can reach out to me on Telegram and I'll be glad to go over it with you so that you can see it clearly.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Jackson. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're going to go to Julian Brody.
How's it going?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all the way sold, and I'm definitely sold. Like, I can see it. So this is my question, right? I'm gonna put myself in twice. How many people do I need?
If you put yourself in twice, the following week we ask that you bring 4 people, 2 for each flower.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I can't have me, myself, and then me as one too.
Yes,
and me like as my one I bring in.
Absolutely, you can. We've had individuals build a flower this way. Just to give you a heads up, they join the first week. The following week, instead of bringing 2, they put themselves back in both spots, and then in week 3 they bring 4 people because they now have 3 flowers, but they've only had to bring 4 people. Instead of having 3 separate flowers and bringing 6 people, they do it this way. They join the first week. The second week, they take both spots themselves. And then the third week, they invite 4 individuals. Because all it is each flower you open, you start with, you want to have 2 people the following week. So if you do 2, you need 4 the following week. But yes, you can pop underneath yourself at one of those spots and bring 1 person, but then that following week, because you started another one, you will be required to bring 2.
So me putting myself in, that's not just under 1 flower?
Yes, but you have to remember that each time you start a flower,
so I got to bring 4 total, you mean? I
so, correct. If you have 2, you would have to bring 4 in total. If you do 1 week and then the following week, you're one of the 2, that following week, you will only have to bring 2. So technically, if you're not counting yourself, you're only bringing 3 people.
Yeah, so that's the one. That's 1 this week and then 1 the next week.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
No problem. All right. Let's go to Tony. Tony Coxum. I got you unmuted. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All righty.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
So, how long have you been participating in this co-op?
I heard about it at the beginning of February. I did not join until March 29th. So I joined on March 29th. I have been gifted now 4 times because the first, on the 29th, I opened 2 flowers, just like that young man was saying. I opened 2 flowers on the 29th, and then I've had 1 each week since. And now I'm up to 8 flowers. And believe me, it wasn't even intentional. It just happened.
Okay. Well, that's so you can multiply yourself, so to speak, or
correct.
You can.
I started 2 separate flowers. I did not go underneath myself like the young man had just posed the question. I started 2 separate flowers because I had 4 people. So my first flower I started, I had 2, so I put the 2 there. And then my second flower, I was able to get a spot, and I brought 2 more people there. And then I was just happy. I was blessed that I was able to do 1 flower, let alone 2. And then as I had additional people, I just started filling them in for people in my flower. You know, there's people in my flower. It just happened this way. They had been gifted before they even invited their own 2. They really had, because I had already plugged people there, but they eventually ended up bringing their 2 because once they were gifted, and then their friends and their family saw, wow, you sowed a seed of $500 and received a $4,000 harvest. Yes, I want to be a part of it.
Okay.
And it was just a steamroll from that point for them.
Yeah. So you put yourself in a flower, and then you go to invite. You know, you fill that 1 flower out, and so you go to someone else to help them fill their flower out, or however that works. Then if they are missing a person, you can hop in that spot, or you can give someone one of your positions.
Absolutely. You can hop in any spot that's available. The only time you don't want to hop in a spot is if it's your own flower and it's the 4th week. And it's the 4th week where you're supposed to be gifted. You don't want to hop in because then you're gifting yourself.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you can start a flower, and then you can go under yourself in week 2. You can go under yourself again in week 3. A bunch of people have done it. But then week 4, now I'm not saying you can't start another separate flower in week 4, because that was my goal. Once I got the first 2, and then I was able to start another one for the next following week, I said, wow, what if I can get to the point where I have 4 weeks in a row of starting a flower? Then that means every week I am getting a harvest. And that's what I did. I literally ended up setting it up to the point where
every week, instead of staggering it 4 weeks, you filled in those other 3 weeks.
Correct. And so every week now I have a harvest. Every week. Yep.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you very much.
I hope this cleared everything up for everybody.
All
I'm
right.
sending this
Let's
out.
go.
I'm already on board.